Hey, welcome to Integrative Preparedness. I'm Steve Smith. Well, it's a little earlier than I usually make these things, but I got a lot to do today. I got to get out there and get at it. And something came up last night that I just wanted to cover and express a little something about. Welcome to all you new people, both on YouTube and on Patreon. It's good to have you here. Hope that you'll enjoy it and get something out of it. Participate nicely, courteously, and intelligently, and you'll be a good part of this team that I call the most intelligent commenters in YouTube land. Um, if you wonder about Patreon, I always put the link down there and would love to have you. We get a lot deeper into stuff over there, and that's kind of what I want to talk about here. We had a lively discussion on the Patreon channel yesterday evening. It was about the one that I put up uh, that I believe also was was on YouTube, because I know that everybody's on Patreon is also seeing this, uh, about military and police, and whether they're going to be friends or foes. We have a broad um, section of expertise and experience in our viewership and in our commenters, and so that we have a lot of people who see things differently. Well, there was a lively, it approached heated number of exchanges last night about this from people who held different views, and those views come about because of different experiences. I watched the comments very closely, and a couple of them came real close to the line, but they didn't go over, and everybody's a big boy, and everybody's able to stand up for themselves. Uh, so I didn't shut any down. I didn't delete any of the comments, but a couple of them got a little close, and so I just want to lay that out there and encourage people who think that maybe they were getting a little too close to the line to be circumspect in how you express things to others. Uh, some of the deadliest people that I've ever known put things very politely, and that is a testament to their ability both to communicate and to control themselves. And I think that that's a valuable skill to have. Um, we each have our own experiences and backgrounds and feelings and we see things through a lens comprised of those. And so it's normal, and everybody is free to have their opinion, and that's certainly not something to be contested. But the ability to understand that your opinions come because of your experiences, and that others can have differing opinions coming from their experiences is a valuable skill and important and respectful. I've said in the past that I've taken off a number of comments from people who came out and accused people of things like, well, if you're not ready to stand up, you're a part of the problem, and you're a coward, and I'm tired of seeing this cowardice from people who won't stand up the way that I think they ought to, and you're just a sellout and all of that. That's not only not productive, uh, that's rude, that's insulting, uh, and very often it's wrong. And if you said that in person to someone, there might be an issue. And so if you wouldn't do it in person, don't do it here. Does that make sense? Okay. The anonymity and the safety of a keyboard, I think it kind of encourages people to say things that they might not say in person, and that's not right. Here's the thing: our world is a mess. Our country is a mess. It's going to take a lot to get things back the way they ought to be, if we ever can. And I doubt that we'll ever, I've said this before, I doubt that we will ever get the country as a whole back to that way. It's going to have to, I think this country will fragment. I think it's going to be a horrible situation to go through. I don't think there's any stopping it, but I think we need to fight every step of the way. Every step of the way. But here's the thing. There are many different fights in this battle and many battles in the war. And everybody has their part to play. Everybody has the things that they do best. Okay. And everybody needs to concentrate on those things. Fight your battle. Don't tell other people how to fight theirs. Don't tell somebody they're a coward because they're not going to fight the battle you think ought to be fought right now in the way that you think it should be fought. You might be surprised to find out that that other person is more experienced than you and has a better handle on the nuances and subtleties of the developing war, right? Hotheads have a tendency not to make it very far. You know, they'll be loud for a little bit, and they'll usually draw fire from the opposing side, which serves a purpose. I've said it before, you know, martyrs serve a purpose, but they usually draw fire from the opposition, which allows people who are more thoughtful to take their next step and have that step be fruitful. Now, I know that those of you who have been with me long enough, and I mean, you're all smart, you understand exactly what I'm saying in my little obtuse manner here, right? I like the fact that everybody wants to do something to fix what's going wrong. And whatever you think you ought to do, you do it. But to call other people out because they're not doing it the way you think it should be done, well, that's, like I say, that's unhelpful. It's stupid, and it's not right. So, excuse me while I watch this. I'm watching this truck pull up here and see what they are and what they want. It's not for me. Anyway, there's a lot needs to be done. For those of you who, those very few who tend to get all hot and start throwing stuff around, realize this, and I've said it before. The things that you get all incensed about and are talking about what you would do or what you're going to do, what everybody ought to do, or whatever. First off, you're not doing it. And how do I know that? Because I'd hear about it on the news if you were. Okay, so just rein it in a little bit there, partner, and be thoughtful and maybe respect the way other people are doing it, because you know what? There needs to be people doing a lot of different things. Like I said, this is a big mess. There's going to be plenty for everybody to do, but you need to do what you do best. Let other people do what they do best. Okay. And instead of calling people out, it might be best to support them and how they come about it, and maybe even learn. Because you know what? People have more experience than you think. And a lot of people out here have been through these battles time after time after time. You know, I've seen this country go up and down and up and down and up and down a number of times. You know, just in my adult life, and more than that before I became an adult. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. I like the intelligent interchange. We want to support that. I'm going to leave that alone, but stay back from the edge, because you want to be able to keep your comments. You know, you want people to hear them. Make sure that you say them politely and courteously, and you won't offend anybody. And you know, I'll say this one thing before before I close this out. That will be another thing that there might be a couple people say, well, if you're afraid of offending somebody, you're just not in the fight. Well, Jack, I'm not afraid of offending anybody. But I find it silly to do so if it's not necessary, and I find it completely uncalled for when it's being done by someone who doesn't have the experience of the person they're offending. Okay, does that make sense? All you folks have a great day. It's going to be a good day. Every day we're out here, we got to be working towards the goal that we want, right? So remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. Preparations mean doing our thing, getting ready to do what we need to do, putting ourselves in a position to where we can support other people doing their thing, and working together, not starting little fights among ourselves. That's what the right always does it. You know, the left is always unified in their determination to destroy this world, but we are always bickering amongst ourselves over the little things. So let's stop that crap and support each other. You all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.